Yeah, who's starting this poppy? Woo! You go.
You good, Liv?
No, this is fucking cute day. It's so awkward.
It's awkward because I can't see you.
I can't see you at all, mate. It's like you're hidden behind a fence. Oh, yeah, there she is. All right, go.
So this week on the Boardcast, we have... We're going to get through this.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so bad at laughing in awkward situations. So, okay. I'm good.
Do you want to do your own intro?
Do you want to intro yourself?
No.
Okay, you go.
All right, we have Liv Lovelace.
She's struggling, mate. This is the funniest one yet.
I don't even know.
Are we going to actually introduce her?
I'm trying to. She keeps laughing midway.
I'm not laughing anymore.
Okay. This is
so we have this week we've got Liv Lovelace. She is an employee. She is our team rider for God, I don't know how many years now.
Too many.
Yeah. And you are currently sitting 16th-ish.
Give or take, something around there. Yeah.
Female skateboarder in the world.
the whole wide world. Yeah.
What age did you start skating?
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. I would say 8, maybe 10. It's a big age gap.
We probably should tell everyone that how old you are now, 20.
Yeah,
right?
20. And I've been skating, let's say 10 years.
Or 12 if you can do
12.
maths.
I got my first skateboard when I was 8, but I didn't start skating till I was 10. So
yeah, okay. What happened for 2 years? Just sat in the
I had
cupboard.
a Lightning McQueen board that just
Lightning McQueen.
sat somewhere and wasn't really a thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
it didn't roll, so it didn't really start off well because it didn't even roll anywhere. So the dream didn't start with the Lightning McQueen board.
What was your first real board?
You probably remember this board. It was a blind board, like a mini complete. I'm pretty sure it was from Borders. It was white with a dude with a paintball gun on it.
Oh, I remember that board.
Yeah, it's
I clearly remember that board.
And there was a black one, but I had the white one.
Yeah, right. There was 2 colours and a little dude with a paintball gun.
Yeah, that was me.
The little blind guy. Yeah, right.
You sold so many
many of them. That was a cracking graphic. People from Blind. Oh, that's right. They don't exist anymore.
Oh,
yeah, gone. Dwindled. Just gone. That was a great board. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a good board.
So you were 10 when you got your first board.
What was your first memories of boarders and skateboarding?
Boarders or skateboarding?
Boarders.
Boarders was probably being with Jamie Strata, just being a little shop rat. Me and Jamie just somehow always ended up in the shop and probably annoyed the fuck out of you too. But we're just sitting there as kids playing with each other, and I don't know, we got bored of skating sometimes or bored of whatever we were doing, so we needed 10 minutes, an hour or two to chill and hang out before we went skating.
Never got bored of hassling me.
Yeah, ours always good fun to pick on too. So.
Yeah. Was it the current shop?
Yeah, but I remember going to the shop across the road, but I don't remember much about that shop across the road. But when
it was mainly this shop, because I remember you and Jamie always were just around, behind the counter, hanging out, and just were the unofficial staff.
Yes.
So you were just.
And then I started working here so young as well.
Do you remember what age you were?
12, I think.
How can we have done that? That's
because
so illegal.
you paid me cash.
Cut it out. Edit.
It was 12.
Did we?
Yeah, I worked one Christmas, maybe a month or 2 over Christmas.
Yeah, it was and you were a kid.
And I was a kid, and then I probably started working again, whatever the 13 and 9 months or whatever it was.
And then we put you on the board.
14 and 9 months. Legally, it's 14 and 9 months, everyone. That was when she really started.
Yeah, that's when I started.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But what are your, in those early days of skating, do you remember, the feeling of being the only girl, or do you kind of just felt like a skater? You never felt like you were...
I didn't really, grow up at the skate park, I guess. When I first started skating, it was, me and all my mates I went to primary school with just like skated the area we lived in, from the tennis court at the local park to...
Where'd you grow up?
Colorado Plateau. So it's like at the top of a big hill.
Yeah.
So it was like my friend had a quarter pipe in his driveway with a flat bar. So we'd go there and then we'd go play flat at the park, and then we'd go to the school with the world's shittiest 2-block and a ledge, but it was like the best for us. So we just went house to house and like spot to spot, the 2-stair up the road from my house at the...
2-stair.
Yeah, it's like the OG 2-stair. It's like the church and the preschool. It's like sometimes walk past, I'm like, I spent hours at this thing.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know, I wasn't around. It was just my friends, so I didn't really have an opinion really on that, I guess, because it was just like us in our own little world. We didn't really know anything else.
They were all boys though, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't...
But I always hung out with the boys at primary school playing footy.
So it never really dawned on you that you were different in the sense that they were mostly boys skating?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
just different for the dyslexia, but that's all right. So all I knew I was different for until I was probably like a bit older. And
when did you get diagnosed dyslexic?
Maybe like year 3 of school or something, like pretty young.
Yeah.
I like clearly remember going to like the 2 sessions my mum took me to in the city and like just crying out the front. Like, I hate this lady. I don't want to go in. Like not understanding what was happening, and then. I don't know, I always just like, couldn't read as a kid, so...
Is it just letters or is it numbers as well?
No, it's just letters. Numbers are all right.
Yeah, because she never fucked up the change. Like it was never a problem at work. It was always fine.
But just then like if I read like too long of a word, like the clearest example to me is like say I spelled because, I know how to spell because, but if I didn't know how to spell because...
You're saying because?
Yeah.
Because?
Because...
What the fuck? Because
I would go like B-E in my head, and then I'd go B-E-C-A, and then I'd go to say B-E, but I'd be like C-D, and everyone would be like, what?
Yeah,
right. Stupid? Like, that's not how you spell that. And I'm like, in my head, I
spelled it right. Yeah, right.
It just didn't come out. Thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's weird. I didn't know that. I thought dyslexia was like regardless numbers and letters. I never knew
No,
you
I
could
think
be...
it's 101. Like, I had a mate that had it with numbers in primary school, but he could read so good.
Huh. Couldn't. I reckon you're better off with the spelling one than the numbers one, because maths is crucial, right?
Yeah, like I could sit there and add random numbers up. Like, give me a problem and I could probably figure it out.
6 times 8.
Don't do it now, bro. We're not going down the maths path.
It was a really rough day.
It was a rough day at work today. Yeah, it's all right. Skating as a kid was sick. Yeah, they're the best days ever of life, I guess, being a kid and skating all day.
When was the first time you thought, okay, this is more than just fun? Or is it still just fun and this whole other Olympic thing is kind of part of it?
The Olympic thing's part of it, and like there's a clear moment in that Olympic thing where I'm like, could have gone 2 ways, and I was at a point where like this is not becoming fun anymore. And then I kind of grew up a little bit, had time to get older, and it did click and I started having fun with it. But if I wasn't having fun, I'd be the first person to not be doing it. Yeah. If you don't like skateboarding, don't do it. You gotta you gotta love to eat the concrete and find joy in like the pain of it to be able to keep doing it. So it's like,
which is a part of the reason I think that it's such a low percentage of people who start skating become skaters. That's a really interesting statement, Liv. Very articulate.
Out of like everyone I grew up skating with, probably like a group of maybe like at least 6 boys, I'm the only one that still skates.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's crazy.
Cool. Yeah, they'll come in and out of it, maybe come back for a couple of weeks here and there. I'll see them at the park once or twice a year, but that's it.
Wild.
When did you start doing comps then?
Borders comps, bro.
Yeah, probably the borders comps. Like just like the local stuff was more just like, oh, there's this thing on Coffin at the bowl. That's what I remember. Coffin playing at the bowl and
So how old were you when that happened? You were 12 or 13, right?
Would have been around that same time that like me and Jamie were really like starting to be here.
You guys were like still around that like 10, 11, 12 age.
Yeah, like that's my first memories of like any form of a comp or like, it's why I find Belko so sick, because it's kind of like, it's not a comp really, but it's more like people drinking beers, band playing music, and people just chasing each other around the skate park.
It's funny you said coughing at the bowl. I looked up when Portnoy came on the podcast. I think I Googled Ben Portnoy, and one of the profile shots that he has comes up is him playing at the bowl. Yeah, super weird.
We need to run that back, that event.
Yeah, how do you run that back?
Do it.
Like it was such a perfect, it was like that Goldilocks thing, like everyone was coming up and it was just perfect timing.
And it was like that perfect period where the parents weren't super involved, but they were.
You couldn't run a comp now without having like 50 soccer mums there.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And it would have it got to that.
It's very serious or something.
It was like, I remember running it and like I'd have like maybe like 5 mums come up being like, hey, just wondering what the structure is and like stuff. And I'm just like, you're going to do this lot and then we're going to do the next lot. Like,
Skate's good, the kid will do good.
Yeah. And it's like, what's the score sheet? And I'm like, there isn't. If he's good, he'll win.
3 drunk dudes over there.
Yeah, I remember like just the boys judging it on like a piece of paper going, this person did good.
It was always Ollie, Maddie Mill,
and, like,
Jack, Levana.
Like,
they were the 3 judges. Yeah. And it was always a bit just.
And they picked on style and like.
They judged, in my opinion,
the judging was good.
How it should be, which was like, who looks cool and is doing cool stuff.
And also who's giving it the most effort and encouragement and like,
Which turned out by the time we had that Mona comp, remember Mad Mona or whatever it was?
Mad Max sponsored that
thing.
Yeah,
sponsored by a taco
got so many
place.
free burritos out of that event. I think he just gave me a bundle and like, here you go.
By the time we got to that event,
that
style of judging was becoming a real problem. Like parents were coming up going, well, what do you mean? He landed more tricks than he did. And the boys are all like, yeah, but we didn't care, man. That guy did a sick trick. And it looked cool. And we don't care if your kid landed 8 tricks and this guy only landed 1. That 1 was fucking cool.
Yeah, 20 times better.
And that was how we started to realise these comps.
There's no way you could run a comp now.
At that one, when I was running it, they were coming up being like, can I see the point sheets? Like, can I see the score sheets? And I'm like, there aren't any. And they're like, what?
What do you mean?
Like, how can he improve? How does he know what to improve on and what to work on? I'm like,
some YouTube videos. Like how I did, bro. YouTube and sit at the skate park and watch someone that's better than.
So when you're skating, we've sort of sidetracked, but when you're skating like these qualifiers and stuff, do you know what the judges are looking for?
Yeah, I guess there's like
a format.
There's a full like criteria and stuff. I don't really pay too much attention, if I'm completely honest. Like I have a way now where I've found that works for me of like you get 3 45-second practices. This is for the Olympic comps, so all the world skate comps. So you get 3 45-minute practices. The first practice I go in, I pull my headphones in, and I just go skateboarding. I don't even think I'm at a comp. I'm like, sick. This is a new park that no one's ever skated. What's fun? This looks cool. This doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to get involved with that big handrail right now. And then I'll walk away from the session 1 and be like, I know my whole run right now because I just had fun.
Yeah.
And then there were kids crying near me and stuff and people breaking down. And I'm like, I've said to a couple of people, like, why don't you just go skating the first time? Like, I don't try anything for the comp, but just by doing tricks that I like to do and making sure I hit everything maybe once or twice, I can figure out my way around the park. So I think that's how I've learned to, in a way, have fun with it. Is like, it's not like I don't feel like I'm skating a comp in practice. I just feel like I'm skating by myself.
A brand new park, right?
Yeah.
That very few
skate
people
the quarter
ever
pipes and stuff. Like, it's like, don't put pressure on yourself to have a run or do the gnarliest trick in practice. It's like,
is that pressure that these other kids are feeling, like where they're crying or whatever, is that coming from like to me that's so insane. Like, is that coming from coaches and parents more than it's coming from?
I would say maybe it's like 50-50.
Right.
It's
not coming from really themselves though. Like, are they getting...
Sometimes it is, but then like even if it's coming from themselves, there's still an influence from somewhere else.
Okay.
Like, I cried at the last one, but that's when I didn't land my run, and I was like sitting in the stands going, why am I crying? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was like, I'm crying because I actually care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm crying. It's the first time I sat there with myself and admitted it to people like Bo, Kat, and my partner and my sister. And like, I actually really care about this journey, and I don't want to just throw it away for nothing. Like,
yeah, right.
But
that's
people
nice to hear you say
cry
that.
all the time.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
like, I don't know. I just,
You
you're
go-
good.
you're
You ask if
travelling.
they're okay and move on with your life.
That last one was Japan, right?
Yeah.
And you travelled halfway around the fucking planet and you get how many shots and how long are they? 3 runs, 45
Some
seconds?
people go for 3 45-second practices. No,
40
well, that made no sense. 3 45-minute practices
Yeah.
and 2 45-second runs.
And that's what happened for Japan.
No, so I made the first cut,
Right, okay.
and then in the second, we did one more practice, and then in the second cut, the second round, or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
I fell off my first trick on my first run and my second trick on my second run.
Right. So that's it. You're out.
You're not going to make the cut. In my head, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to try something that I've wanted to try on this course that I haven't had the opportunity to try, and I'll just send something.
Yeah.
Like, some people would just stop skating, but I'm like, well, time to skate, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, may as well. You're there, right?
yeah, I don't know. It's not everyone. The vibes are good, bro. Like, I enjoy it.
But it always seems like the interaction between the skaters at these even all the Olympic stuff, always seems like within the actual skaters, it seems still like skateboarding. It's just the format and the look
I think
of it.
it's just like the outside pressure on certain people and certain countries. Like, everyone in it still gets along and
Yeah.
it's still skateboarding at the end of the day. But
Is that
it's
coming?
more the outside noise that I think drags these questions in and makes people upset and puts pressure on people to the point where they do get upset when they don't land their stuff, because there's so much outside noise going on. It's not actually the skateboarding. They had fun skating with their friends in that practice, in that heat, whatever it was, but someone could be getting angry at them if a government's giving them money or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't even know, bro.
Do you reckon there's more pressure on like the younger skaters than the older skaters, or is it pretty equal?
The
Don't know.
airbag
Country to country,
skaters?
I would say. I would honestly say it's like country to country.
Really?
Like, us as Aussies, like, I'm the oldest, which is in the street girls, which is crazy, but it's all the same. It's like the pressure comes from ourselves and then some parents, but not parents or anything. It's like, it's just we all skate because we want to skate.
Yeah.
Compared to, I feel like some countries.
Name them.
Okay, think about it like, this is how I would think about it. If you're from China, you will go into some form of something and they'll go, you're good at skateboarding, you're going to start skateboarding now.
Right.
You'll go off and you'll stay 6 days in a skate park, or you'll live there 7 days a week and skate 6 days a week.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to one of these facilities in
How
China.
old are these kids getting taken to a skate park to live?
12. Dude, there's one kid from China and she ripped, kickflip back 50, the big hubba, and she would be like 12, full pads, butt pads, everything. So like, I don't know how long she's been skating for, but something like that, you know, they're getting taken there and learning to skate and then coming to the comps, but how are they learning to skate and live in these facilities, and how are they getting paid? Their family getting paid through all this. It's through the government and through their Olympic programs compared to, I guess, us here. We're not, in Australia, that's not how it started.
You don't want to see that though, surely. Like as a pathway. I mean, I used to, when we were little kids, I remember always hearing about the prodigy kid from China that would play the violin, and you knew that they were getting, that was what they did from a really young age. There'd be these violin freaks.
See, I don't know. I feel like for those people, that's their culture. I respect that. That's their hustle. That's what they do over there.
But do you
for me,
that wouldn't
I'm
work
like,
here.
That's not fun. It
doesn't sound fun at all. It doesn't sound like you want to be a skateboarder, right? Because like, I think of you, like, just forget all the Olympic thing for a minute. I still think of you as one of the most sort of core real skaters I've ever known. Like, you go out there, you film street parks, you get absolutely whaled. There's footage of you getting broken off all over the place. I remember being with you one day where you were getting pushed by Lewis to ride a rail that you did not want to ride.
Oh, I remember that
a sketchy rail, one of those Borders weekends, whatever it was. And it was a dodgy rail, dodgy run in, dodgy landing.
That was just Lewis yelling at me that got me to do that.
So few people understand what that is, whereas you get that and
that's not pressure external because you have to do that. Like Louis yelling at you going, I know you can do this.
That's what you want. That's how you get better.
Encouragement.
If your mate can do something and they're scared, you got to be the one to help them get over that barrier.
It's easy for Lewis to tell you to do it. He was like 6 foot tall and
I was
you
just
were
a
tiny.
little kid and I'm looking up to Lewis just like, okay, off I go.
Yeah. But that kind of core skate mentality, you've always had that and you've carried that through into your comp skating, I think, which is unique compared to...
I kind of skate, I feel like even my trick selection at those contests is very street style of if there's a Euro gap, I'm definitely doing a flip trick in my run up the Euro gap.
Yeah.
If there's a little down gap or a little set, I'm definitely doing a flip trick down it. I'm probably one of the people that flips their board the most in their arm, but then I can't fucking backlip the biggest rail in the skate park, nor do I really backlip the biggest rail in the skate park. But the people that are doing that aren't kick flipping down big stair sets or V-heeling things. So I think
that goes back to that judging thing, right? How are they judging it? Is it beneficial for you to be flipping in and out of stuff, or is it more about that backlip down the big rail? How does it work? How does that judging really work?
I feel like I should have done some study on this before I came into this.
It's
the 5 key points of, overall impression, use of course. Oh, they hate if you repeat tricks.
Right.
So
two
if you
tricks
do
in the same
2
run.
backlips in a run.
That's bad.
Get marked down. But I don't know. My theory is would you want to watch someone that is really good backtails on the bump to ledge? This isn't female, front feeble the big rail. All those good technical, basic but technical rail and ledge tricks, but only can just kickflip over a bump to bump or kickflip up the Euro in the par? Or would you rather watch someone that does a front board on the big rail, a crook on the hubba, whatever, a half cab nose, a tray flip in their run, and a hard flip? I know whose run I'm picking. Yeah. I'm picking the one with the front board and the hard flip over the one with all the rail tricks. So I think that's how I have fun, is I don't even really think about that. I'm more just what is going to make me happy if I land my run and walk off here and just be I just landed that. I don't care about winning or losing. I just care about being this is the run I want to do because this is going to be fun to me. And when I land that, you get that feeling of landing a trick in the streets because you're
because you tanked exactly
you
what I was saying.
And you're I've just done my whole 45-second run with all my tricks I wanted to. Hopefully I get a good score, but who cares? I'm going to give Bo a hug and we did it. It doesn't matter about that anymore.
So you're still taking that core attitude to you.
That's how I have fun. If I took the other attitude, I wouldn't be doing it.
Let's talk about these airbag kids.
The airbag kids?
What is going on? Bo mentioned it, and I don't know if it was me and you were talking about harnesses or whether it was me and Bo talking about harnesses, but it sounds like it's getting insane.
At the end of the day, no one really knows. I don't know, but I've seen a video. One of the Oz homies in the program showed me a video of this little Japanese kid maybe trying to 50-50 a 10 stair rail. And they'd obviously built this airbag that was designed for that exact stair set in the skate park.
Yeah, because it wrapped around.
It was wrapped around the rail and everything. 50-50-50. 5-10 times onto the air mat. The air mat gets taken away and the kid 50s the rail. But you also look at him slam once or twice and you go, oh, it hurts because you're there was no trying to protect himself. It was just
there's no in-between learning where he started off skating
but that's the only video I've seen of the
and learning
airbags.
looking out.
What about the harness thing? Is that legit? Like where they're actually in a harness?
I've seen it. I have seen a video of that, but I have only seen videos of kids doing that.
Yeah,
dude. I don't know.
But still, I mean, it just.
I've also seen like mini ramps with ropes hanging from the roof. But I'm like, how is that good for?
I don't get it.
Like, how is that? I get the airbag thing because it's like if you for the Olympics in a way, because it's like, say I wanted to kickflip frontboard a rail, for example. I'm not going to kickflip frontboard monorail because I'm not really ready for it. But for shits and giggles, there's an airbag at the bottom of it. I'll probably try kickflip backlip, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I ain't going to get smoked.
Yeah. But you've still got to learn to fall, right? And these kids aren't learning to fall. Like Bo was talking about kids just absolutely wailing themselves.
Axed, bro, like really bad. There's certain people in those practices that I will not watch skate.
Really? Because you're worried.
There's kids that still they're not even kids, bro. They're teenagers that go to their knees. I'll sit there and be like, knee slide number 1. Like, we watched one practice, me and some of the park skaters.
They're not wearing pads though, are they?
They're not wearing pads, but me and some of the park skaters are watching a practice in Dubai. A street practice, and this one girl fell to her knees like 9 times in 45 minutes. And I was just like...
Yeah, it's not going to be a long career.
Bro, like, how are your knees?
She better win a medal because she's not going to be around in 5 years.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Anyway, rewind.
Yeah.
We got so off track.
Slightly.
We're trying to go in chronological order.
But, yeah, we're talking about the Olympics now. So
yeah, I don't know how that happened. Anyway.
But I like your mindset towards it. Like, I like that you...
said fuck the Olympics.
Yeah.
Bro, you're going. You got to get a tattoo and everything.
Yeah. Oh, no way, bro. If I get an Olympic ring tattoo, I give you both free will to give me one solid punch in the face. That's just my opinion. Like, that's an achievement for yourself. That's not like, I'm not trying to showboat that shit off, bro. No one needs to know.
That's what all the swimmers do. You got to do it.
I ain't a swimmer, bro. Jumped out of squads day 1. Life ain't for me.
Get an Olympic neck tattoo. That'd be sick.
I think my mother would unown me.
Yeah, she would definitely kill you. That would be the end.
Yeah.
Pride and hate at the same time. She'd be, I'm so proud she's an Olympian. I know I want to kill her because she got a neck tattoo.
Get a neck tattoo of something cool.
Not
Olympic rings.
Nothing
to do with the Olympics.
So let's talk, what do we want to talk about? Injuries. Let's talk injuries. What was your first... So this is how I always figure I can pick, just from like doing this for so long, is I can pick when a kid's going to be a skater, is when they come in hobbling for the first time and all they're thinking about is getting back on a skateboard, or they've come in with a busted wrist and they're shopping for a new deck or whatever. You kind of know, oh, that's a skateboarder right there.
I've even seen kids who like broken their arm 3 times and they're still skating. Like, we'll be skating in 10 years for sure, bro.
So what was your first injury that made you think, oh, okay, maybe this isn't for me, or has that never happened?
I wouldn't say like I've been injured to the point where I've thought that. I broke my wrist as a kid. Yeah. In primary school, my friend tripped me over and I broke my wrist.
That's not skating.
That's not skating. And then I didn't really get hurt. A couple rolled ankles as a kid, a couple bad rolled ankles, and then... maybe not till I'd been skating for 5 or 6 years, I broke my arm really badly.
In Melbourne?
Street, at the train station in Melbourne at the famous Gold Rails.
Good footage.
It's good footage. We'll have to ping that one up. In that moment, like I knew I'd done something to my arm and I just kind of sat there on the floor and whatever.
Who were you with? Justin was
Zinger, and
Justin Schmidt.
Oh,
it was
like some
Milan there.
Milan? No, it was like some singer. Like an Olympic thing, bro. It was like some.
Oh right, who was there?
Zane from the Gold Coast, Justin, me, and one other person.
Okay, yeah, right.
We were like in Melbourne on some camp.
Oh,
like
that's
an
right.
Olympic camp when the Olympic
What the hell
thing
was
was
Justin
first.
doing there then?
Because he did like 1 or 2 camps with us, and then
Really?
one night we were like, "Can we go street skating?" And they're like, "Oh, you're not meant to," but like, "Yeah, go street
You're
skating."
not meant to.
And we went, "Okay, bye." So
Yeah, right.
Zinger goes, "Oh, I want to skate the gold rail." So we're sitting across the road eating Krispy Kremes and being skate rats. And then we go over and he goes, "Oh, do you want, like, can you film me, Liv?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm going to try with you. Like, is that okay?" And he goes, "Yeah." Been sitting down for 2 hours. What am I doing? And just get up, and he has a turn and I follow him straight down, and knew in that moment of like, fuck, I snapped my arm, but it was bound to happen. Like, I actually accepted it in that moment. I was like, cool, this has happened.
Was that?
Justin, can I have my phone and my headphones? Justin passed me my phone and my headphones. I sat on the ground.
Wasn't there
with
not
music in.
bits? Were you not? Wasn't it compound?
I had a jacket on, so I couldn't see. I think if I didn't have a jacket on, we'd be having a very different conversation
Yeah,
about.
right. So there was a bone sticking out.
No, but there was all like, because the elbow dislocated as well, it didn't look well.
These podcasts, man. Every time we have one,
It's all injuries.
you're like, oh no one's ever going to ride a skateboard again.
Yeah.
But
It's
with surgery,
the adrenaline,
right?
yeah, the adrenaline kicks
It's
in,
in.
the ambos show up.
Green whistle.
No whistle, bro.
Really?
There was some chick in the train station. She was passed out, maggot. And I'd already seen her in the train station. And an ambo pulled up, and because it's the main train station in Melbourne, there's cops everywhere. It's a Friday night.
Flinders
12
Street,
o'clock.
right?
Yeah, 12 o'clock on a Friday night. So the ambo shows up, and the ambo chick winds her window down, and I was like, "Can I have the whistle?" Like yelling out as a little kid, and the cop goes, "Oh, that ain't your ambo. You got to wait." And I was like, "Okay." So those ambos saw the chick in the train station that was drunk. And then they came, she walks past me and goes, "I'll be 5 minutes. I'll be back to you." It's like, at the end of the day.
So
if
they
you're
dealt
drunk-
with some drunk person before they dealt with you.
Yeah, well, she didn't really know what was going on with me. And then
Because you had a jacket on.
I had the jacket on. And she came back out and I go, "Now can I please have the whistle?" Because I've been sitting on the ground for 45 minutes, an hour. Man, out the front of the train station, every drunk person saying something to me. I was like,
Yeah,
just
right.
getting hassled. I was like, "Can I just please have the whistle?" And she was like, "Oh, are you good with needles?" I was like, "I will be in this moment." Off she went, and she pulled my
So you got
jacket
morphine.
down, and she looked, straight in with the morphine. She looked at me and she goes, "Oh, can I tell you something?" And I was like, "Sure." And she goes, "If I'd seen your elbow, I would have come straight to you and left the chick in the train station." And I was like, "All right, well, let's get me out of here. I'm over it."
So the moral to this story, kids, is don't skate in a jacket.
Hey, don't skate in a jacket. Like, it was a fun experience, bro.
Did
you
you?
could
I was
Good
in hospital for a
hangover.
week as a kid, and
Was it? It wasn't that long ago, right? How old were you?
15.
15, right? 5 years ago. Yeah, it feels like
Right.
about
Yeah,
5 years.
about 5 years ago.
How-
I was just a kid, bro. Like,
Two
my dad
surgeries?
came-
Fucking tough to sit
Three.
there for
3
45.
surgeries,
Yeah.
plates, screws. the
3
whole bit.
plates, 35 screws.
Jesus.
And it's all out, thank God. I could used to like be able to feel it at the
Feel
end.
the screws.
Yeah, so they like broke this one to fix this one.
Have you got x-rays and stuff with all the...
Yeah, there's stuff.
Bolts?
There's stuff on my phone around.
Ugh.
But like it's gonna happen. Like you could do that in a car driving home this afternoon. It's like
I hope not.
I hope not for everyone's sake too, but
Yeah, it's a good attitude.
that
right? Your
pain for
attitude-
me, like I will do that 10 times over to be able to like keep my legs and continue to ride a skateboard.
Yeah. It's
It
just
doesn't cross my mind to not take that.
goes back to like that. You are, in essence, like as much a skateboarder as anyone I've ever met because you don't let any of those things stop you. So it's always been like I remember we would have had 100 conversations about pathways for you being different to other people, and girls had that for a long time. The only real way to get anywhere for you was that comp avenue. I feel like that's changing a bit. Like
I feel like it's
Haley's
only
just
really started to change in the last
year or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everything else has slowed up. The female side of skateboarding hasn't. It's picked up.
But you've also kind of like pushed against that grain too. Like I remember you were in the comp scene for ages and then you were like, fuck it, I'm just going to go skateboarding because that's what I love.
Yeah.
And you stopped comps for ages and you were just street skating and
I
like
think COVID
filming
was
parts.
a bit of like a blessing in disguise for me. Breaking my arm was a blessing in disguise. Like everything worked well. Like the timing of when I broke my arm was the beginning of COVID. It had like just hit Australia And then we had lockdown, and my arm got better over a year of being in and out of lockdown. And I just got to skate and, you know, be around the skate park with my friends and getting back to like skating slowly and naturally and not being pushed and rushed into it. And,
so everything goes perfect this year. Paris comes. What's the, like when we talked to Bo, he was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Japan got first, second, and third in the women's first, second, and third in the men's street. Yeah? Is that how you feel? Like it's just to get there? It's really not realistic to be...
Can we just pause? Can we just like map out the like what is your like just so for general everyone to know like what's the pathway ahead of you to the Olympics? What happens for the rest
of this year to get to Paris?
So there's a contest in Dubai for both park and street, which will mark the end of phase 1.
Yeah.
So there's 2 phases, and then phase 1 is worth 33%. So after Dubai, that's going to be 33% of our overall. Then we go to China in May. That's going to be 33%, and then we go to Hungary in another time, I don't know. A month before the Olympics.
That's all I was thinking just then. We're going to Japan in May, so we better make sure we got some staff.
It's only like 3 days, those other comps, which is good. But yeah, and then Hungary, and then if you make the Olympics, you probably come back to the country for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then you go to the Olympics. So no one's going to know anything.
So 4 more events?
3. And
you got to end up in the top 30.
24, I think.
Right, but any country with more than 3 skaters, they drop out.
So what am I? Let's say 16th. I don't know what I am. Something around there. There's at least 7 Japanese women ahead of me.
Right. So that puts you at 12th.
Yeah.
Okay. Wild.
So like if in my theory, if you're out by 5, or maybe let's say at least 3, if you're out by 3, you're still going to go to the Olympics.
Right. Because there's so many Japanese and Brazilian girls.
Brazilian will probably, so for the urban, when they cut it to phase 2, they cut it to 44 skaters.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that's like 7 or 8 per country.
Right. How many Aussies are there? 3?
4.
Who's the 4th?
Flick.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
So it's you.
Micro Haley. Chloe.
Micro Haley. Does she still go by Micro Haley, or has she grown up a bit?
Haley Power. Well, Haley Power. Well,
Haley Power.
She's been Micro to be fair.
Chloe Cavell and
Haley Bride, you know. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then Flick and Chloe. So.
Okay. So there's 4 of you. And
yeah, I don't.
The highest 3 go.
The highest 3 go, and you got to be in the cart.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It's not about winning medals for me. I couldn't care, bro. I honestly like. If I got to go, I think it would more just be like, that's a cool experience for myself, and that's a cool thing for myself to be like, I went to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I was a part of that for myself, and I pushed myself on days that I didn't want to push myself. I, was productive, got out of bed and did what I had to do for the whole Olympic thing. But it's not about gold medals. It's skateboarding. It's just want to be the best that I can be. I don't want to be the best in the world. If that happens, that happens. But who cares? Like, I don't know. That doesn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah. I really like your mindset and your attitude, not just to skateboarding, but to life in general. Like, you're doing 75 hard at the moment. Like, and that's just a personal thing, not necessarily for the Olympics, hey? It's just...
Yeah, it's like just like a growth thing. I just want to become the best human I can and continue to grow. And yeah, it helps with the Olympics. Like, it helps that stuff because I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm not drinking. Like, it definitely helps, but it's not... I'm not doing it for the purpose of going to the Olympics. I'm doing it for the purpose of, like, if I'm fit and healthy, then I'm going to be able to skate as hard as I can and do what I have to do for the Olympics, but I'm also then going to be still fresh by the weekend to go and film Saturday, Sunday, and hopefully film a full part. My goal is, like, if I go to the Olympics, I want a video part to drop, like, a couple months after the Olympics. And the video part's almost more important to me than the Olympics. It definitely is more important to me than the Olympics.
That's it.
The Olympics is just like a cool thing. And honestly, like, I'm kind of doing it for my grandma, bro. That would be so random, but, like, I feel like that's just something my grandma's going to take the most pride in. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Like, your grandma doesn't understand that dropping a sweet part to us as a skate community is so much more relevant than going to the Olympics. But like your grandma's grown up in an era where the Olympics is everything. Like being the fastest runner or the best swimmer or whatever, just being an Olympian is an amazing thing. Like the understanding of what that is within skateboarding, it's kind of hard to wrap it. Like your grandma's not going to wrap her head around that. Like it's just not, right?
Yeah, it's just another contest for us as skaters.
That's why you've got to get the necktie.
No way.
That's what your grandma will be proud of.
So what music do you put on when you're doing your runs?
That's a good question.
Chops and changes.
Any coffin?
Some random shit, I listen to some random stuff.
Yeah. Is it just
any like a
guilty
thing? Pleasure songs?
I don't know without looking at my... Oh, you know what I rate hard? How Does It Feel by Kamaya. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, search it up and enjoy it. That song's sick.
Who's Kamaya? Never heard of him.
It's like a
band or a
I think
person?
she's a US rapper.
Oh God. Okay.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
You would like the song, Claire. I don't know. I have a playlist that I kind of listen to at the contest, and it's probably got like 10 different genres in it.
So is it you putting all that crap music on in the shop lately?
I don't touch the iPod, bro. You just click play.
I pressed play this morning and Kendrick Lamar came on.
I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar.
Murder myself.
Not into Kendrick. I don't know.
You're talking about him with just his first name. You and Kendrick.
Kendrick approach.
Let's talk about, what else can we talk about? I want you to tell, no, I won't do that. I won't force the story. But who are your sponsors at the moment? Death Wish, New Balance, the bowling shoes.
Sunday. Shout out to Zulius.
Yeah, Georgie boy. Who
Getting
else?
some
Bones.
from Bones. Volcom.
Oh yeah, Volcom. I always forget about Volcom. They're pretty important. So you got heaps of sponsors. It's more. You've got more sponsors than anyone. What about trucks, wheels? Oh, you got Bones.
I got Bones
trucks?
and then nothing with the trucks.
Oh, come on.
I am riding Ace
people.
though.
Yeah.
And I probably, now that I've gone to Ace, I'm probably going to stay there.
Yeah, right. Well,
trucks are really good. I don't know what it is, but
get with the program, Ace, future Olympian. Give us some trucks.
I love how much the reaction you get.
What about the Ace should be all over that? You're dropping the part 2 months after the Olympics.
The other day when you're like, is she pretty good?
Oh, dude, I don't know what to say. I don't want to embarrass her in front of customers too. It's weird. Like some
guy came in and he was like, is she good?
Does she know? Like, does she know? Like, is she a good skater? It's like, I don't fucking know how to respond to that.
Say no, bro. Just don't entertain the conversation.
But
you just walk off. You're just like,
but you've already given enough for them to kind of gauge that there's something going on.
Well, I work in a skate and a snowboard shop. I've never snowboarded in my whole entire life. And couldn't even tell you the feeling of standing on a snowboard. So when people ask me things about snow and I look at them with a blank face, they're like, well, you're obviously the skater. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people get it from that because they like try and ask me something about snow. And I'm just like,
I think
I can read the tag for you. That's about all.
But you have just like, you just go with brutal honesty on the shop floor. I remember you came up to me and you're like, I just told this dude I don't know jack shit about snow, so you better go help him.
Well, there's no point lying. You can see it like on my face. I'm looking at you like, and I'm also trying to read the tag quick enough to like comprehend it in my mind, and like my brain's racing 1,000 miles. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, Al, help me, Claire, please.
Yeah, it's hard when you have that zero knowledge scenario. You can't bluff your way through. You can bluff your way through skate. You can't bluff your way through snow at all.
No, skate's so easy to bluff your way through.
Mate, most of the staff that we've ever had, like Susie, you reckon Susie knows anything about skate? Nothing, but she bluffs her way through it. Max obviously knows skate, and he kind of bluffs his way through some snow sales, but not many. And then
He's been snowboarding, but he doesn't know tech.
Paris bluffed her way through skateboard stuff for years.
I feel like skate's easier to learn though.
Yeah, it's 4 wheels. 8 bearings, 2 trucks, and a bit of wood. Like that's
and like the wood's really not that different unless you got red line.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's all you got to know compared to snowboards. There's like this much. I don't even know what it is. Camber or rocker or all these words. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's pretty good. Camber and rocker. I'm impressed that you know those two things.
Well, then how do you explain that?
I think we did force her to sit through some PKs early on.
You probably knew a little bit.
I sat through a Vulcan one. That's why I know about the zip tech thing. And we ate sushi that night.
Zip
I remember that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So what are your plans post Olympics? You just want to keep skating and street skating? Is this the last, if you do these Olympics, is this the last time you do it?
If you asked me that question 6 months ago, my answer would have been straight to the point. Fucking oath, never doing it again.
Yeah. Ooh, here we go. 2020.
Ask me after.
Where's 2028 Olympics? Does anyone know where that is yet?
LA, I think.
Oh, LA. That'd be a good one.
I don't know, dude. I'm not even thinking about this Olympics, let alone the next Olympics. I'm thinking about the next thing I have to do on that journey. I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. And,
you said before...
I want to just film video pots and homie videos. And
You said before that there was a defining moment or pivotal moment where you decided to actually go for this Olympics. What was that?
I think last Olympic cycle, I didn't really enjoy the process for myself. I actually hated it. I was like, this comp thing sucks. I enjoyed the process of being involved in Hayley's Olympic journey because I feel like I was pretty heavily involved in that. That side of her journey was amazing and really fun. So I think when it came to the first contest of this new cycle, I was off it. I was just like, shitty attitude towards the whole thing. And between talking to my dad and talking to Bo Mitchell, it kind of just came to the thing of why not? We're here, one more time. If you hate it, who cares? Let's not do it. If it goes well, we'll see what happens. And I was like, okay, one more, I'm down. One more. Let's try and make it fun and see what happens. And then we went to Dubai, and that's the event I ended up coming 10th in. And then we never really talked about quitting. Now I'm here. It's now I had fun, and every time I go away since that Dubai comp, I have really enjoyed the trips, and I think I found a lot of peace with being by myself and spending time with myself and in my own world, and also learning that you can go to practice and leave. I'm very much in and out. I do my business and I leave. I go, if I'm there with a family member, we go shopping, we go skating somewhere else. I've just had fun, so I've never looked back on that Dubai moment of being are we doing it or are we not? It's we're here and we just keep going until it stops becoming fun, I guess.
A lot of growing up. You sound like you've matured a lot. You stopped working at Borders for what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, probably since I was 16, I would say.
Year
10 of school, that's what it was, because I was going to drop out, and then remember I was
I remember having that meeting with your mom.
And I was so finished with school.
Yeah, we were ready to go. Oh, look,
we were going to take you on full time and pay for you to do
summer course or
something. Yeah.
And have you guys didn't do that for yourselves, eh?
And now you're a PT.
Now you're back.
Today, right?
We don't talk about that.
Let's talk about the personal trainer thing. Are you officially a PT now?
I don't know. I'd have to look at my emails.
Who are you going to train? No one ever.
No, I did it to keep my mum happy, and
but she'll be happy. Now you've got that to fall back on if you ever
need
it's
more just a thing of I've got that to fall back on, but I enjoy skating and working at the shop and working at the cafe and earning enough money to pay my bills and feed myself.
Has it felt different coming back into retail? Does it feel less? I don't know. I always thought you never loved it when you were young, for sure. This time it feels like you just get on with it. And
I don't feel there hasn't been a moment where I'm so over this. I'm done. I'm I just think it's not even the retail thing. I think it's just more something of me being more, I guess it comes back to me enjoying my own company. Yeah. And being okay with being in my own.
What about me, mate?
Yeah, you guys' company's good, but if we sat there and talked all day,
I'd do my head in.
Each other's head in, after half an hour. It's good to talk to you guys for half an hour, but then we all want our space, you know what I mean? And just crack on with what we got to crack on with.
That's a real sign of maturity too. Like you've just, if anyone ever says girls and boys mature at the same rate, they're wrong. Like you're 20, right? And you've already kind of got your head in a pretty mature, like you've just got a pretty mature mindset to everything you're doing. Most of the 20-year-old boys I've ever dealt with barely can get their clothes on to get to work in the morning.
But it's,
like
I'm still late to work. We all know that. But
yeah, but
at the end of the day, like it's easy to see things. Like I guess as a kid working here, it's probably a little bit lazy. Like you're like as a kid, you see something that's a little bit wrong, and you're like, oh, it's only a little bit wrong. Like whatever, I'm not gonna refold that shirt, for example. Compared to now, I'm like, the more I do, the quicker my day goes. The quicker I get to hang out with my friends and go skating.
We have a new policy, and you're not the reason for that new policy, but we're not employing, we've talked about this recently, we'll no longer employ a kid who's never had a job somewhere else. We just won't do it because all you get is those problems. Like everything, they'll cut corners everywhere. They won't realise that working at McDonald's sucks and coming to Borders is a really good job comparatively.
Yeah, see, I didn't realise that in the beginning, but leaving and coming back and also
you're like, oh, hang on.
Do I want to go to work at the skate shop, talk about things I like with people I like to be around with in the clothes I want to wear, or do I want to go to some crap, work at fucking Guzman Gomez or something? No, thank you.
No, shout out to Guzman Gomez.
yeah, pretty good burrito. Like, no, not for me.
Yeah, we can't kill
Not
off.
down with the uniform.
Yeah, we can't kill off all the sponsors. We've already destroyed Red Bull, so we can never get them on board.
I don't know. I like the simple life. The simple life's just
but you're constantly like learning. Like you're reading a book. Like the last book you read was about your whole mindset or something like that, and it's like
you say you like the simple life, but you tend to be doing pretty complex stuff.
You're constantly bettering yourself.
I like the outside noise of like simple life though. Like that's why I guess when people ask about the Olympic thing, I'm like, let's just not go there. I don't, because I'm like, I just want to just be like a normal. I just like being like normal and just like floating by and not.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as some
Olympic skateboarder girl.
I just want to be known as like me as the human and.
Yeah, you will be, Liv. I give you shit about the Olympics all the time because I still find the whole skateboarding and Olympic thing quite amusing.
Yeah.
But I get that it's a pathway and it's a vehicle.
I guess we know the like raw,
and real
you.
Yeah, like you guys obviously can take the
Olympics.
piss out of it, but that's like when the randoms ask, well, I'm just like, I just want to keep doing me. If you're interested, follow along for the journey, but
for sure. For me, I do it just because. Like Bo came
riles you up.
Yeah, it gives you
it's a bit of entertainment.
Yeah,
like
it's funny. I'm entertaining myself. But Bo, one of the things Bo said was that athletes decided to put a alcohol ban on themselves. And I was just like, Liv did not do that.
Definitely not.
She voted against that for sure. And that's the sort of thing like for me where
Did you actually have a vote on that?
We actually had a vote. So... Okay, I'll tell the story. So we were at a camp in the Gold Coast and would have been the first camp after COVID, and me, Hayley and Poppy were sitting around the table with our good friends Tanaya and Mick. And we all hadn't seen each other since COVID and all the lockdowns and all that. So we're playing Uno and maybe had like 2 drinks each. So we were all chilling and like we were just hyped playing Uno and like hanging out. We hadn't seen each other in 2 years. They were all having like a staff meeting next to us and all like got up and moved because you're obviously like pretty loud. None of us thought much of it, and then the next time we went to the Gold Coast on a camp, we're like all in this big meeting room and they're like, oh, we're going to have a vote on something. In my head, I'm like, here we go. They go, oh, like who thinks you should or shouldn't be allowed to drink on a camp? And this was like at the very beginning of this new cycle. So like even before that Dubai comp. So I was like off the whole Olympic thing at this point. And they go, oh, we're going to have a vote. And in my head I go, there's fucking 90% minors in this room. You can't ask minors this question. So they asked the question of like, put your hands up if you think you should be able to drink on a camp. And me just being me goes, yup. Like, I think so. And I look around the room and like no one else has their hands up. And I looked at a couple of the boys that were of legal age and looked at them like, what the fuck your hand up, bitch. Like, come on, bro. Like, and then, like, it's a good, like, I get it. You shouldn't be drinking on those things. And, like, I don't drink on those things. That's also, like, but I think for me, it was, like, it's a choice. It's a choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that was always the thing with the Olympics and, like, why I guess I didn't like it that much the first time around was because I felt like they had all the power.
Yeah.
And in that moment, when I was sitting there, I got so angry about it. But I was like, it wasn't about the drinking thing for me. It was about, like, me feeling like they just, like...
Are taking the choice.
Took control. And I'm like, I'm not...
Yeah.
Skaters want control.
If you want to have a beer with dinner, you should be allowed to.
Yeah. And also,
it's your choice.
If you're skating all day and got to get up and you know you're going to have to skate all the next day, you're not going to drink a beer anyway.
No, you wouldn't. It's pretty funny.
Have a cup of water and
it's a pretty funny situation. So who are you skating with these days? Kai Shimikage?
Kai.
Sorry, Kai. Fucking.
You dick, mate.
I love you, Kai.
Don't be a dick.
Who else? Kai, not
Me,
just Kai.
Kai and Kai. No, I'm joking. Zoos, a lot of the MB.
Well, George is filming, right?
Yeah,
all
George
the time,
is filming.
So that new
been
dance
around
crew.
all that MB crew, been around Billy a bit, J-Pat, all those lads, been skating on the weekends with them, which has been sick. They've all been really welcoming since I did my little switch to New Balance. And
How long ago was that?
Just after I rolled my ankle really badly. So, what's that?
Needed shoes with more support.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Then when I was like in the rehab process of that, it became official and we did the full swap and never looking back,
Yeah.
I'm calling them grandpa shoes. They're really comfortable.
Yeah, look at those things you got on right now.
They're pretty sexy. Sure, cop a pair. They're good. But the skate shoes are the comfiest skate shoes I've worn and it just is nice to be in a crew where I feel very welcome and
it's more
so I've been skating with them and then Justin's around a little bit, Sam Butcher, Devils, the same crew.
Yeah, same guys. Yeah.
It's just the same people as always, I guess,
Let's touch tiny bit. I don't want to go into it, but you must be pretty happy that Hayley got Soddy.
Gassed.
Yeah.
And then I was actually watched the video that Slam just put out.
Yeah.
Put a little 2-minute thing out of her on their YouTube, which got me even more gassed, but she deserves it, dude. She definitely, in my opinion, put the best footage out. A lot of footage, but just the quality of footage. I don't think it matters for Soddy about how much footage you think. I think it's about the quality, and the quality was crazy. I just think her as a character and a human being is just the best.
She's one of your good friends too,
She's my best friend. I lived with that motherfucker for a while. We've seen each other at our highs and lows and we have a very good relationship. So
how old's Hayley now?
I'm happy for it. She's 2 years older than me. So
she's only 22.
No, I think she turned 23 in October. Okay. That's right.
So still so
she's
young.
Killing it, dude. It's so sick and so well deserved and she's really come into her own.
Do you know what made her bail out of the whole comp thing? Was that just I did the Olympics, I'm done, I want out?
I think she was just over it.
Yeah.
I think she was over it. We've had some conversations about it, but it's more I feel like it's kind of her thing to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
But her in her skating is only grown and her in her personality, you can see everything just shining. It's so sick. So strong on the board. And,
it's good.
Yeah. Trixie gas, bro. Big nose slides.
And you're about to go down to Belco again?
Back in the van, bro.
Are you
back in the van again?
Yeah,
are you doing that sober?
I don't know.
She's on the fence. She keeps going to me, maybe I'll just drink on this night. And I'm like, fucking don't do it, dude. It's like you're doing this challenge.
Peer group to hell in that van.
Yeah, but Rob's not coming apparently. So.
No, Rob pays.
Yeah.
Where's
Rob's he? Some trip overseas or something. I'm not sure. I got that from Kai. I don't know. But Rob's the influence.
Instigator.
Yeah, as always. He's one of the odd chug this fucking fireball at 6 a.m. No thanks, brother. I want to drink shit. No, I'm excited to be in the van again. It's been a while.
Awesome.
See what happens. Belco's the best time of the year.
Belco is a big thing. Everyone should go once in their life.
You got to go.
And if you're a skater, you probably should go every year. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I want to see Justin jump in the creek again.
Yeah, right. That's right. Wonder if they'll go back to that double set. That was nuts. Just watching everyone axe themselves down that last year. Was that last year?
Yeah, that was last year. They've done it the last 2 years, the double set.
Yeah, right. Well, they might not do it this year. Yeah,
There's still tricks to be done down it though.
Well, no one landed much last year, right?
181.
Yeah.
But kickflip, I think kickflip's been done. But
Justin filmed the hard flip down that a week later.
Yeah, he went back.
Yeah, he went back.
And
then
destroyed himself.
Yeah, but backside flip almost got done. Tray flip almost got done. Heel flip got flicked out a couple times. Like, there were some tricks that got thrown down that are like, oh, if they go back, like, there's guaranteed something else will get done.
Yeah. Be cool to see it live, like to be there with that massive crowd and the hype.
Sometimes it gets a bit dull, you can't even see. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm not watching this one.
Interesting to see how many people go down this year. Because it is quieter. Skateboarding is definitely quieter than a year ago. Still good though. I mean, there's still that core crew, I guess. So it should be good.
Exciting.
Okay, Ball Jam, let's go.
Yeah. Who sponsors it this year? Who's giving away the cash? Don't know. Not us.
Heaps of sponsors.
Not Borders.
I don't really know.
No, that's good.
I just know when we're leaving and I'll get in the van. And
so how many days is that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Or
just Friday, Saturday,
Thursday,
Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Are you going to stick to no drinking?
Claire,
let's
put so much pressure in front of you.
Because I know you're probably going to go.
You're going to drink, bro. There's no way.
If I just drunk one night, I'd be very happy with myself. I just don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just questioning because
people have been offering me drinks for ages. Like, oh, you want to drink with Dad every night? You want a glass of wine? No, Dad, I don't want it.
Dads should know better.
Yeah, but I don't know. Don't put that pressure on me.
Yeah, you'll be right.
If I do some good tricks, then I'll have a couple drinks. If I don't do, you got to earn it.
You win that cash.
Yeah.
Get that cash, mate. Who's handing out the cash this year, Red?
Maybe. Probably Red. Why would you get anyone else?
Yeah, he's the right guy for it.
He's the right guy for that job.
Definitely.
He's probably the only guy that could do it for 3 days in a row too.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone else would tap out after a couple of hours.
Yeah, mate, I wouldn't last 10 minutes doing that. Fuck, just leave me alone.
Yeah, don't
Pressure.
talk to me.
Yeah, go away. Oh, well, that was fun. What else are we talking about? We wrapped.
Pretty good.
Feel like we've cracked out an hour or so.
I must say though, it's been really cool watching you grow up, around the shop.
I'm proud of you, Liv.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds stupid, but we've known you since you're a little kid. Literally a little kid.
Half my life.
Yeah, more than half your life. So it's kind of been a wild ride to watch you grow into this really positive, powerful, self-assured, confident woman.
Thank you. Well, thanks for giving me my job back to always help say.
Yeah, but it's cool to see how hard you've worked and you've paid your way and you worked your ass off to get to these comps and travel around the world and that's all come out of your pocket and you've worked hard
to get GoFundMe involved.
but you've done the hard yards and it's paying off. It's good to see.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for me is just working and pay your own way. So don't want to come home from the Olympics being broke.
That'd be pretty funny. Imagine if you won a medal and you have no money in the bank account. Right. Got to go.
I feel if you win medals,
I had a bit of a fear of that a couple of weeks ago. I was if I go and I come home with no money, I don't know, I'm going to lose my mind for a little bit.
When is it? September?
August 28th.
August 28th, September.
I'd laugh if I was wrong. Maybe I am.
Yeah. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
August 28th. And then catch me in Amsterdam.
All right. Well, good luck with it all. And I'll see you on Monday at work.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you very much for doing this.